What is going on, everyone? Who wants to hear about the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado? I know I do. Denver is right here at the base of the Rockies. I was just in Denver, I think 2 weeks ago, and while there I realized how much I miss that city. Love that place. Anyway, Denver was founded in 1858 and was incorporated 3 years later on November 7th, 1861, and at the time was known as Denver City. Denver was named after James William Denver, who was an American politician, a soldier, and a lawyer. He served in the California state government and was an officer for the United States Army in 2 different wars, and was a Democratic member of the United States House of Representatives from California. Denver is a great city with awe-inspiring natural beauty and really good people, including my good friend Kendra, who just moved back to Denver from Portland. Denver adds about 10,000 new residents every single year, and that's not counting births, so stop typing. Denver is a great place, but it's not for everyone. If you're thinking about moving to the Mile High City, you should probably watch my top 10 reasons not to move to Denver, Colorado. Number 10. Water activities. Denver has very limited options when it comes to water activities. Colorado is a landlocked state, and Denver has very few large bodies of water. They do have reservoirs and rivers, however, many of them have rules and regulations about swimming, which leaves very little places for water activities. Also, forget about boating near the city. You'll need to drive a couple hours to put your boat in the water. The good news is Denver does have some great fishing, but most of the water activities are limited compared to other cities its size. Kinda sucks. I noticed that when I lived there back in the late 90s, but yeah, it's not big on water activities. Plenty of skiing, but still. Number 9. Demon Horse. If you've ever talked to someone from Denver about Denver, you've more than likely heard about the Demon Horse that lives at the Denver airport. This Demon Horse is known to locals as Blucifer. He's a sculpture of a blue Mustang with glowing red eyes. This is a great piece of art, and it looks a little freaky. Denver has legalized weed, and if you're there enjoying the legalization of weed, and you know nothing about Blucifer, and say you're wandering down the streets near the airport and you see this, you will probably lose your mind. It's a little bizarre. I think it needs to be someplace away from the airport. That's just my opinion. Do people really need to get on a plane after seeing something that stirs up thoughts of Armageddon in their head? No, they shouldn't. This thing looks like something one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse would ride. Maybe famine. Number 8. Rent. Rent is getting out of hand in Denver, at least for Denver. The average 2-bedroom apartment was $900 in 2012. Now it's averaging about $1,800. Notice I said average. Stop typing. If you want a nice apartment in a great part of downtown Denver, be ready to dish out about $2,800. And to all the longtime residents who complain about transplants and getting overcrowded, this is one way of chasing people out. Rent starts going through the roof, people start finding new places to live. That's what's happened in San Francisco and Seattle and Los Angeles and Portland. It's happening all over the place. Actually, in Portland, we kind of peaked around 2016, and about midway through 2017, you could see a serious drop in the rent prices, and apartments and houses are going unrented, so our prices are dropping. This will happen to you eventually, Denver, which is great if you're a longtime resident, but not like if you own an apartment building, I imagine. Number 7. Elevation. Denver's known as the Mile High City because it's actually a mile above sea level. Because of this, the air is thinner and water takes longer to boil. And that's the high school science teacher explanation. Here's my explanation. Denver is in the sky, which makes it closer to space. Space has no oxygen, but they may have Wookiees. Give yourself about a week to get used to it. Don't go running, biking, or any big hikes the first week at least. Because you'll feel it. You'll feel it hard. I had a run like my 3rd day I was stationed at Fort Carson, which isn't too far from Denver. I had a serious migraine for like 2 days afterwards. I was in shape, and I remember taking about a week or so to feel normal. My normal, that is, not other people's normal. I'm still trying to be other people's normal, but I'm 50, and I've almost given up. Number 6. Ski traffic. Ski season brings ski traffic and ski a-holes. During winter, traffic going to the mountains is horrific, especially Friday and Saturday when you have more a-holes. It's suggested that you start your travels to the mountain on Thursday or take the week off and go during the week when it's dead and has less a-holes. That's like a public service announcement from your old pal Briggs. Number 5. Normal traffic. Not only is ski traffic horrible, but traffic pretty much everywhere around Denver is horrible too. Traffic within the city, though, is kind of tolerable. It's what you'd expect from a big city, nothing major. However, when you get out to the suburbs, it gets bad. Maybe that's where all the a-holes are from. Number 4. Sunburns. Not only will the altitude sickness get to you, but because of the elevation, the sun is a lot stronger. Most people don't understand this one at the beginning. They think it's kind of cold and they're not really thinking about the sun. And then they get a good burn and they learn the hard way. You will burn easier, thus giving you a higher chance of getting skin cancer, which is always good news, right? Please just remember sunblock. I grew up on the beach in Southern California and skin cancer really is no joke. I have a few friends that have passed away because of skin cancer. At least it starts out skin cancer and then just spreads. It's horrible. Number 3. Sales tax. Denver sales tax is a little odd. Colorado's sales tax is very low at 2.9%. However, Denver has a city tax rate of 3.65%, also very low. For when you combine the two taxes, it's 6.55%. Then they kind of sneak in this really weird one. It's a special tax at 1.1%, which gives Denver residents a sales tax rate of about 7.65. And that's a bunch of numbers that a lot of you don't care about, but this is the thing. It's not the worst in the country, but it's just weird how they do it. At face value, it seems very low when you hear Colorado has 2.9% sales tax. And then they start adding things onto it. It's almost like a cable bill or a cell phone bill. It's kind of strange. I'd like to find out who came up with this tax plan. I'd like to see if they worked for the cable or cell phone industry. Number 2. Cost of living. Denver's cost of living is one of the worst in the country. The average housing is about 126% above the national average, while transportation is about 34%. The overall cost of living is 44% higher than the national average. It's almost like you're paying extra to have a sunburn, be out of breath, and stuck in traffic. And number 1. Wildfires. Colorado is pretty dry. Because of this, almost every single summer, the entire state seems to have caught on fire, just like California. So let's see, you're out of breath because of the altitude, you're stuck in traffic with a sunburn, wondering how you could afford to pay rent, then a hillside erupts with a brush fire. And then the air quality drops because of the smoke from the fires. Hey, at least they have legal weed and a crazy blue horse to stare at. Alright, so that's my top 10 reasons not to move to Denver. In reality, this one's kind of hard. Denver is a really good city, and Colorado's a really good state, and it's hard to find a lot of things wrong with it. I'm sure the comment section is going to list about 100, but those are the ones that I found humorous and things you should consider before you move to Denver and Colorado in general. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.